Hello, we are Team Bacon, and today we will present EcoPlate, a comprehensive food waste management system. So the problem we figured out was every year billions of dollars worth of perfectly edible food is wasted, while million go hungry. So our solution is EcoPlate connects three key stakeholders. Grocery stores can list near expiry food at discounted prices or as donations. Customer can purchase quality food at reduced prices, saving money. NGOs can claim donated food items to feed communities in need. So this is our landing page, and we have the thing how EcoPlate works and trust by the communities. So let's quickly show you the demo. So let's sign in. Wait, let me show you how to sign up as a store manager. So let's create the account. It should be 10 digits. Okay. So the account has been created and we can mention the store name. So let's keep it. I live in Roxbury, so let's keep it Roxbury Market. And most welcome. I'm not getting anything else. So let me add an image quickly. So here's the cool part. You can add the current location of your store, live location. We are using Mapbox API for it. So in Roxbury, let me find something in Roxbury. So I will add this location in Roxbury. Let's save it. Okay, so the profile has been created. Right now, you can see the dashboard overview. You can see the analysis, weekly performance, and all of these things. And you have features like you can add the listing so that NGOs and customers can see your listing and order the thing. And you also have the order management page where you can see all the pending, confirm, paid, ready, completed section where you can mark your order accordingly as per the status. And you have the donation claim section for the NGOs. So let me quickly add a listing so that you can cheese veg sandwich. Let's put and it's a prepared food. Let's add one image of it. I have the same image, so I'm putting the same image again and again, but it's fine. So quantity 16 item, unit is items. Let's make it $3. So another thing, if expiry time is under 24 hours or 24 hours, it we have a dynamic algorithm which will create a dynamic pricing according to the expiry time. So for 24 hours I think it's 40% discount. So let's see. Yeah, so item has been created, so you can see the discount 40%, and you can also mark it as donation. We will do it later on. Let me quickly show you the customer dashboard, how does it look and how the order flow is working. So let's sign in. I am not creating account again and again because it will take much more time. So yeah, so we have the near me thing. So what it is doing is whenever you sign up as customer, it will ask you to for your permission to access your location, and then it will show you the distance, nearby distance, and will also show you in kilometers. So as you can see, this one is beside my house and it is showing 0.0 kilometer away. And where is the one which we added? Yeah, here it is, cheese with sandwich. So it's 0.5 kilometer away. Let's put this into the cart, place one order. So order is placed. So the flow works in a way. So now the request will go to the store manager, whosoever has posted this listing, and he will get the actions tab to accept or reject it. So once he accepted, then again the customer will get the payment link to pay for the order. So here you can see you can enter any number because we are using Stripe mock payment method. And You can add the name as well. So payment has been processed. So yeah, it's being prepared. It's showing you the status as well in the customer tab in my order section. And when you go to the store manager's dashboard, you can see the when you will refresh it, yeah, it will show you status paid and you can mark it as ready. If you will see over here, you can see in the paid tab, you can see the item as paid, and when you mark as ready, you can see that going into ready section. And then when you complete the order, it's been completed. And this whole platform is for pickups only because we don't have delivery options right now. And also for this food waste management system, we only thought it about as the pickups thing because we are only posting the nearby stores. So that's it for the customer and store flow. And let me quickly show you the NGO dashboard as well. Okay, so here's the NGO dashboard. You can see donations, my claims, and all of these things. So let me see if something is marked as cheese sandwiches only for purchase. So for purchase, like if it's only for purchase, then NGO cannot buy it. So uh, wait, let me quickly mark it as donation. It got locked out. Okay. So backend is on render on a free tier, so it's taking much more time. Okay, so we don't have much time. So Sujay will tell you more about the architecture and design patterns.
I'm gonna quickly share the screen and I'm gonna talk about architecture choice for this. So as you can see from the diagram, we have chosen a classic three-tier monolith. So first is the presentation tier. We have used React Native with Vite for a fast responsive front end. And for the application tier, our backend is Spring Boot 3.2, handling business logic and security. And for a data tier, we are utilizing MySQL 8.0 for data persistence. So we deliberately chose a monolith because of our team size and 12-week timeline. So it allowed for faster deployment, development, and easier debugging than microservices, while it's still keeping like concerns separated. So now, Saurabh will share the screen and show the code. So I'm going to talk about the design patterns and I'm going to highlight two choices here. So the first is the service layer pattern. So business logic is centralized in service classes, service orchestrate operations between repositories and controllers. So for example implementation, we can show that it's present in Earth service.java, and in line 24 you can see the @ service annotation, and from line 35 to 60 you can see our public auth response sign up function that's present. So it handles userization logic. It uses user repository and user factory here. So it generates JTB token and it will return auth response GTO object. And for the second example, it's in payment service.java. So in the line 19, you can see that service annotation for this. And from line 34 to 100, you can see our public payment response process payment function. So it validates order state, it simulates payment processing, updates order in inventory, and it will then return payment response DTO. So we are using this because controllers stay thin, so it will only handle HTTP requests. Business logic is testable independently, transaction or managed at service level, and it is reusable business logic across different controllers. So the next design patterns I'm going to talk about is the factory pattern. So it encapsulates object creation logic, creates object based on input parameters. So for example implementation, it's present in like user factory.java file, and in line 10 to 12, you can see @ component annotation. It is Spring Managed Factory. And from line 20 to 31, we have our factory method, public user, create user, and so on. So it is used in service slash or service.java. We have used this in line 45. So why have we used this? So it centralizes user creation logic, easy to add role specific initialization in the future. It follows open close principle, and it is a single responsibility for user creation. So now Saurabh will talk about testing, CI/CD, and the implementation part.
So for testing, we have first of all, our technology stack is in backend Java 17, Spring Security, Spring Data, PostgreSQL, Maven for dependency, JWT for stateless authentication, Mapbox API for location services, and in front end React 18, Vite, XGOs for HTTP, React Router, React Hostify, CSS for styling. So DevOps, we have used GitHub for version control, GitHub section for CI/CD, and Jacogo for code coverage reporting, Vercel for front-end hosting, Render for backend and database hosting. So testing strategies, we implemented comprehensive testing. Backend testing, we have completed 17 JUnit tests using Mockito for mocking dependencies. Service layer unit test covering donation service, auth service, store service. All tests mock repository dependencies for isolation. Jacogo generates code coverage reports. Test runs automatically in CI/CD before deployment. Front-end test, 30 Vite unit tests are covered. API service testing with mocked responses. Test ensure UI component render correctly. So future proofing. Test mock dependencies or changes to implementation don't bring tests. Service layers test focuses on business logic. Front-end tests are component focused, independent of API changes. CI/CD process. So backend test runs JUnit test with Mockito. Front-end test run Vitest tests. Backend build the Maven package, and frontend build the Vite production build. So on every push, all tests must pass, build must succeed. Render auto deploys backend, Vercel auto deploys frontend. Typical deployment time is 3 to 5 minutes. Now, Sujay will tell you about the reflection part.
Yeah. Looking at our Kanban board, we have structured our work into a 2 week sprint. So Saurabh led our entire backend architecture and donation logic. So I managed the front end architecture. Jinping helped us build certain like CRUD APIs. So Vamshika handled few features in the customer dashboard. We can easily set up our repository and the Kanban dashboard. Yuhang helped a little bit in the deployment and in few features for the customer dashboard. So talking about the lessons that we learned while developing this project, so it was how are we managing data consistency? So we initially reduced inventory when an order was placed, which froze stock during failed payments. So we refactor this to reduce stock only after the payment succeeds. So which prevents overselling. So we also learned to cut features that didn't add value, like the weather integration, to focus on core stability. So in the future work, moving forward, we would replace our mock payment system with the real Stripe integration, and we'll plan to build a dedicated mobile app for easier on-the-go access. And we are also planning to implement messaging service between the customers and the store and the NGOs. So thank you for watching. With EcoPlate, we are turning food waste into a community resource.
Thank you so much.